What is going on, guys? Welcome back. In today's video, we're going to learn how to build automated margin crypto trading bots using Python. So let us get right into it.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.
Alright, now before we get into the actual tutorial, I would like to mention that this video is sponsored by Trality, and it is also the platform that we're going to use to build our automated margin crypto trading bots. In fact, I already have a tutorial on this channel on how to build automated crypto trading bots on Trality. It is a very nice platform that allows you to implement your trading strategies in a very simple way, either with Python code or with a rule-based strategy builder. So you can build your strategy with by specifying indicators, by specifying values, by specifying what should happen when, without writing code if you're more comfortable doing that. But of course, we're going to do it with Python code. And the reason for this video today is they have once again a competition. The last time they also had a competition. This time it's the margin trading competition. So the goal is that you submit a bot, and you can of course participate in this for free, so you don't have to pay anything. There's no catch. You don't have to invest money or anything. You just have to write an algorithm, a trading strategy. You have to implement it and to submit your trading bot to the competition, and the best trading bot can win money, as was the case last time. So you just have to build something. The first place gets 3,000 USDT plus a free 1-year Queen plan on Trality. So they have also some paid plans that you can benefit from, and you can see what the other places win here as well. So basically you can't lose anything. You just provide a trading bot, and if your bot is the best bot or one of the best bots, you're going to get a prize. Otherwise you just gain experience. So it's a very nice opportunity. And the topic is margin trading. So trading with borrowed money. You don't have the money, you borrow money to leverage your position, to leverage your money, and then you implement a certain trading strategy around that. And this is why this video was made, because there is this competition, and I want to encourage you to participate in that competition. And the video today is a tutorial on how to implement an automated margin crypto trading bot on Trality. You can do that for the competition, but you can also do that for your own trading on Trality if you want to. Also, at the end of this video, I'm going to talk a little bit about monetization options that you have on Trality, so you can use your trading bots to earn money, not just by trading, but via their marketplace. So you can use their marketplace to earn money with your bots. And if you want to find out about that, make sure you stick until the end of this video. And one last thing before we get right into it, as always, a little disclaimer. None of this video is financial advice. I'm not a financial professional. Your capital is at risk whenever you do something regarding finance, regarding investing, regarding trading. So you need to know the risk. I'm not a financial professional. Don't take any actions because of anything I say in this video. This is just a programming tutorial, and I'm also presenting a nice platform, but you need to make your own decisions. I'm not responsible for any decisions you make financially. All right, so let us now get started with the actual tutorial. What you see here is the dashboard once you're logged into Trality. So I'm going to skip the account creation. I think it's quite self-explanatory. And we can create a new bot right from the dashboard, or we can also go to the creator tools section by clicking on this button here and then creating a new bot from here. This is also a possibility. Then we're asked if we want to create a code-based bot or a rule-based bot. I already talked about this. The rule-based bot is essentially, it doesn't require you to write any code, so you can just use the graphical user interface to specify the buying and selling conditions. Obviously, we're going to go with a code-based bot. And the first strategy that I want to implement for this video is going to be the simple moving average margin trading strategy. I'm also going to call this tutorial so that I know that this is a tutorial bot. And we're going to use Binance as the exchange, and the quoted asset is going to be USDT. So the quoted asset is essentially the base currency that we use to buy other currencies and that we get when we sell other currencies. So when we buy Bitcoins, we're going to buy Bitcoins with USDT. When we sell Ethereum, we're going to get USDT as a result of that transaction. I'm going to go with purple color here for the tutorial bot, and then we're going to be offered a couple of templates that we can choose from. So if you want to use a template later on, you can use one. For now, we're going to build everything from scratch. Now, for those of you who have not watched the first video on Trality, so my first tutorial, I'm going to briefly explain this environment here. It's quite simple. We have the coding section here on the left, the coding editor, we have the terminal down below, and we have the backtesting section on the right. We're going to use it here once we're done with the first strategy. Essentially, backtesting means taking your strategy and evaluating it based on past data, applying it based on past time. So you pick a date from this date to this date. How well would my strategy perform? How much money would I make? And how much money would I lose? That's the basic idea of backtesting. And we're going to implement this margin trading strategy now. So we're going to borrow money. We're not going to actually work with real money. We're going to simulate this, but we're going to borrow money that we don't have to leverage our position to either gain more or to lose more. So if you make gains, you're going to make more gains. If you lose money, you're going to lose more money by doing margin trading. So let us get started with the first function here, which is the initialize function. So def initialize. This function takes the state as the parameter, but we're not going to do anything with that function. We're just going to say pass. But above that function, we're going to use an annotation, the @enable underscore margin trading annotation here. This is a function, and this is going to allow us to do the margin trading simulation. And also, if you use that bot in production, you're going to be able to do margin trading. So then we need a second function, the handler function, which is the function that is going to execute our strategy. So we provide an interval, for example, 1 day, 1 hour, and every time the interval triggers, so every time we have to apply our strategy, it's going to call the handler function. So we say def handler, and this function takes the state and the data of the respective currency. We have to annotate it, to decorate it with the schedule decorator here, and we have to say the interval equals something. I'm going to pick 1 day. We can also go with 1 hour, for example. I'm going to go with 1 day, and I'm going to go with the symbol, which is Bitcoin against USDT. So BTC USDT, buying Bitcoins or selling Bitcoins, where USDT is the base currency here. And our strategy is going to be quite simple. We're going to start by getting the current position that we have in Bitcoins. So this is in the simulation going to be 0. Maybe you already have some Bitcoins, then it's not going to be 0. But we're going to say that the position that we have is query underscore open underscore position. We're going to get the position by symbol. So actually by symbol is also part of the function name. And the symbol that we pass here is the data.symbol. In our case, this is going to be Bitcoin. So the symbol of the data that we're analyzing, and we're going to add the include dust parameter, setting it to true. Let me just increase the size a little bit here. And now we're going to calculate our metrics. We're going to say the 30-day simple moving average is going to be equal to data SMA 30, and then dot last, and then the 100-day simple moving average is going to be data SMA 100 dot last. And our strategy is going to be quite simple. First of all, we're going to check if we can actually get the SMA 100. If that is none, we're going to say return. We're not going to check for this, because if this is none, this is going to be none as well. So this is enough. And we're now going to say if we have a position, or actually if we don't have a position, so if the position is none, we're going to determine whether we want to buy Bitcoin or not. And we're going to do that by saying if the simple moving average of 30 days is above the 100-day moving average. If that is the case, we're going to say that we want to buy Bitcoin, and we're going to now use the leverage position. So we're going to borrow money to buy more than we actually can buy. So we're going to get our current balance of USDT. We're going to multiply it with 2.5, and we're going to turn it into Bitcoin. So we're going to calculate how much Bitcoin that is. We're going to say 2.5, which is quite a lot, times, we're going to use the float typecasting function, query balance USDT, actually current query balance free, so we want this to be free and available. Getting that and dividing it by data.closing price, the last position. This division by data close -1 divides the USDT value by the latest Bitcoin price against USDT. So this is then converting whatever we have in USDT to Bitcoins, and we then take this times 2.5. And then we say the buy order is equal to margin order market amount, and we say the symbol is equal to data.symbol, the amount is equal to amount. And then finally, we say the side effect is equal to order margin side effect. And here we have multiple values. We can, I think, what was it, borrow and repay, or we can just say auto determine. So this is going to do the work for us. So I'm going to say auto determine. And in the other case, if we have a position, we're going to do if the SMA 100 is less than the, if it's, no, other way around, sorry. If the SMA 30 is less than the SMA 100, we're going to sell our position. So we're going to say that the amount that we want to sell here is negative what we have. So we're going to say the amount is negative everything we have in Bitcoin. So float, query, balance free, data.base. Notice that we use a different currency. Here we query the USDT, here we query the Bitcoin. So we get all the Bitcoins we have, and the amount we want to buy, so to say, is negative what we have. So we're selling the amount. And for this, we're going to say sell order equals margin order market amount. Symbol is still data symbol. The amount is also the amount. So we're just selling, and the side effect is going to also be the same. So we're going to say order margin side effect dot auto determine. That is our simple trading strategy. I'm going to zoom out now. Let's recap briefly what we're doing here. We're initializing, enabling margin trading. We say, okay, every day apply the strategy. We're trading Bitcoin against USDT. We're getting the current position in Bitcoin. We're calculating these two indicators if possible. Otherwise, we just return. And if we have a position and this applies, we buy 2.5 times what we could buy with our own money. And if we have a position and this happens, we just sell everything and repay the borrowed money. So repay the loan. Now we can specify a date. I have some prepared dates that show results quite well. So I think from 24th of September 2020 actually, up until the 24th of September, or was it October? I'm not sure. 2021. Here we have some format issues. Oh, we cannot go 2020. We have to say just 20. In that time frame, what is the problem here? Uses different quoted asset. USDT, not TD. There you go. So now it basically calculates how much money we would have made with this trading strategy in that time frame. Again, past performance does not equal future performance. You can perform very well in one time frame and lose completely in another time frame. So this is a very risky thing. If it was easy, everyone would be rich. But you can see in this case, in that time period, we would have made an 803% return. I also have a counterexample. If we go from the 24th of April, so April 2021 to 24th of September 2022, actually, in that time frame, I think we should have a loss, if I remember correctly. Not a big loss, but a slight loss. So you can backtest the strategy against different time frames to see if the strategy is robust. So if you never lose money in all the time frames that you try, maybe this could be useful. If you lose money in a lot of them, then probably it happens to be lucky in a couple of situations, but not necessarily a good strategy. So in this case, we lose 38% of the money. Again, by using margin, by borrowing money, you're increasing your gains, but you're also increasing your loss. So if you don't use margin trading, you're going to make less money when you would make money, but you're going to also lose less money when you will lose money. Now let us move on and implement another margin trading strategy. We're going to create a new bot, and this time we're going to use the MACD indicators. So we're going to call this MACD margin trading strategy tutorial. I'm going to go with Binance again, and I'm going to go with the USDT quoted asset. And basically, the MACD is the moving average convergence divergence indicator. I'm not going to explain it in detail. The basic idea is you take the 12-day exponential moving average of the price minus the 26-day exponential moving average of the price. That is the MACD. indicator or the MACD itself, and then you take from that the 9-day exponential moving average, and this gives you the MACD signal, and then you can make decisions based on that if you choose to do that. So let's write again, enable margin trading. This is the topic of the competition. We're going to initialize again with state. We're going to pass again. We're going to say again, schedule interval is going to be 1 day. Symbol is going to be BTC USDT, and then the handler function is going to take the state and the data. So we're going to start again by getting the position. So what was it? Query open position by symbol data.symbol. So Bitcoin again, then include dust equals false. And then we're going to compute the MACD indicator by saying MACD underscore int is going to be equal to data MACD. We're going to pass here the values 12 minus 26 and then of the result 10. So this is the 12-day, 26-day, and 9-day exponential moving average. We can also change that. And the MACD itself is then from that the MACD int, the MACD dot last, and the MACD underscore signal is the MACD int MACD signal dot last. This is how we get the indicators, and now we can do again the same thing. Basic idea is if the position is non-existent, if we don't have a position and the MACD goes above the MACD signal, then we want to buy. In this case, let's go with 2 times what we have. So 2 times float of query balance free, whatever we have in USDT. We're going to take that, multiply it by 2, and divide it by the close price, the last close price, so that we turn it into Bitcoin. And then we're going to say the buy order is going to be again margin order market amount. Symbol is data symbol, amount is amount, and the side effect is going to be again auto determined. So order margin side effect auto determine. Otherwise, if we have a position and the MACD goes below the MACD signal, we're going to say that the amount is going to be negative what we have in Bitcoin. So query balance free, basically repeating the same thing that we did before, but with different indicators, data.base. That's a good repetition exercise. And then we're going to say sell order equals margin order market amount, symbol equals data symbol, and then amount equals amount. We're going to try to sell everything to repay the loan. And then the side effect is going to be again order margin side effect auto determine. So I hope I didn't make any mistakes. Then we can try to evaluate it again on the same time frame. So what was it before? Let me just double check here. We had before as a good example the 24th of September 2020. And then we had the 24th of October 21, if I'm not mistaken. So I hope I chose the same dates. I'm not sure if I chose September or October last time, but we're going to see if this is a good strategy in that time frame. I guess in that time frame, most strategies are good strategies as long as you buy more than you sell, I guess, because the crypto market was quite bullish. Okay, 490%, not as good as the SMA strategy as it seems, but let's see what happens from April 21 to September 22. Because there we lost quite a lot of money with the SMA strategy. Let's see if we also lose money with the MACD and if it's more or less than with the SMA. But this is quite nice, right? So you can write your own margin trading algorithms and you can evaluate them with this backtesting. And in the next step, once we're done with this backtesting here, I'm going to show you how you can optimize parameters. So for example, what days to look at to optimize the trading strategy. You can also do that. And in this case, we lose quite a lot of money, 70% down using that strategy. So it's not necessarily the best strategy to apply here. Now, last but not least, I want to show you one more awesome feature of the Trality platform, which is the optimization of parameters. In Trality, we can specify certain parameters which influence our trading strategy, and we can automatically find the best possible values for those parameters in a certain time frame. So of course, it's not possible to find the overall best values, but we can say, okay, what values maximize my return in that time frame? Find those automatically and give them to me. We can do that, and this is done the following way. Here I have the same basic structure that we have before. We're going to use again the simple moving average, but this time we're not going to use the 30 and 100 day simple moving average. We're going to use parameters to decide which number is the best for the respective moving averages. So we're going to say SMA underscore short is going to be equal to data.sma, and we're going to enter something into those parentheses here in a second. We're going to get that, and we're going to also say long equals data.sma last. And now above the initialize method or function, we can specify parameters by saying at parameter name equals, and we can now name this SMA short. The type is going to be float, and the default value for the short one is going to be 20. The minimum is going to be 20, and the maximum is also going to be 20. We're also going to set enabled to true, and then we're going to copy that, and we're going to do the same thing for long. The default being 80, the minimum being 80, and the maximum being 120. So we're going to check all the values in between minimum and maximum, and we're going to find the optimal values given a certain time frame. So in order to get these parameters into these parentheses, we just have to say params.sma underscore short and params.sma underscore long. We also want to add the window size here. We're going to set this to 200. And essentially now we only need to say, okay, if the SMA short goes above the SMA long and we don't have a position, we buy. And if the SMA short is below the SMA long and we do have a position, we sell. And of course, you can also take that and turn it into a parameter. This will also be possible. You just add another parameter, a name, and then you say param dot, I don't know, ratio or something times whatever. So this would also be possible. In order to now optimize, we go to the backtesting section, we go to advanced settings, and we click here on optimization, and then we specify a time frame and we start optimizing. Do we have a problem? Yeah, of course, is SMA long is none. What's the next problem? Has wrong range. Oh, yeah, maximum needs to be 40. There you go, and now it tries the strategy with the respective values in the respective time frame. In this case, we have 1 month, so from September to October. But you can see the progress, and in the end, we're going to get the result. We're going to get the optimal parameters for short and long, and this will be our simple moving average of X days and simple moving average of Y days. And then for this time period, for this 1 month, this would be the optimal way to evaluate the situation to make the most money. Now, I don't know if we're going to do any transactions here, so I don't know if this is going to give us meaningful results. But in this case, the optimal value seems to be 80 and 20 because those are the defaults. I think it didn't trigger. I'm not going to run this again now because essentially if you pick a time frame where some transactions happen, you're going to get the optimal values. You're going to see what the best return was that you can get in that time frame. In this case, 0 because it just didn't trigger. Our rules didn't trigger. But basically, you can find the best possible configurations for your trading strategy using this optimizer, which is a very nice feature. Now, before we finally end this video, I would like to briefly talk about the Trality Marketplace for a minute. In a nutshell, what you can do here is you can build your trading bots, and if you come up with some genius strategy and you beat the market and you perform very well, you can publish them, you can put them online, and other people can pay you. They can pay you money to use your bots, to use your signals, because they profit from the signals, you profit from the money. And the best thing about this is that your algorithms, your strategies are never revealed to anyone. So you can come up with a bot, and the only thing that people will get when they pay for your bot is the decisions. They will say, the bot will say buy, sell, do this, do that, and they will pay you money to get those signals. They don't have to understand how these signals happen, what's the basis behind those signals. They don't need to understand your strategy. They cannot see your algorithm, but they're willing to pay you money for your bot. And this is a nice idea from Trality here to allow creators, to allow programmers to earn money with their bots. So this is maybe something you might want to look into. But of course, the most important thing is sign up for the competition. It's free. You don't have to pay anything. You can win money. And I think it's a nice experience overall. So that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope you learned something. If so, let me know by hitting a like button and leaving a comment in the comment section down below. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell to not miss a single future video for free. Other than that, thank you much for watching. See you in the next video and